Yeah. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh wait, the camera looks like it's pointed directly at me. I need to adjust it. Oh well, y'all gonna get this on this video today.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone? I'm waiting for my book to load. Here we go. All right. So picking up from where we left off yesterday. So far we've done 2 chapters on loyalty and fringes. Now this has been a whole ordeal, right? And this happens in the first year of their coming out of Egypt. That's when the time frame is placed. So here we are, and the whole plan is for them to go directly into the land, but they presumed with presumption there was going to be one way and only the way they saw it, and it wasn't that way. So dealing with presumption, they assumed that the only way to get a possession in the land was the way they thought. And the people have their own presumption.
Yes.
Then the people feel like the Most High is non-existent, and that Moses is using his magic and being too heavy-handed against the children of Israel. And all these people are dying. The people who are disgruntled about Aaron becoming priest, the people who are disgruntled about Moses being the king over them. Well, who made you king? Why should you rule over us? All of them died. Why is this important today? Because everything that I'm reading about is the mindsets of all of the people of Israel around the world right now.
Yes.
If you were to tell them that I am here, we are here, and this is what we're doing, their only concern is if they could somehow assume power once it becomes strong, or how they can profit and benefit to become wealthy for their plans, for their agendas.
Yeah. Yeah, there is those are people today, even they were this way back then, but they are consumed by power.
All of them are on schedule for death in large mass numbers. All of them. And the people that is with them is scheduled for death too. So this, I'm telling you what the rules are, and as I read it to you, it was through the death of these individuals that Moses becomes established as king. It is through the putting out of these individuals from the congregation that Moses and his authority, his God-given right, is established. Right? And it passes on from Moses to Aaron. From Moses to Joshua, Joshua through the time of the judges, all the way down to Saul, and from Saul to the house of David, where it rests, where it stays. And then it passes down through David's seed lineage to Solomon, to Rehoboam, all the way down to Josiah. And from Josiah to Pedaiah. From Pedaiah to Zerubbabel, who went into Africa during the Roman conquest. Followed and chased all the way across to the Imo states in Nigeria of my great grandfather, King Jaja of Apabo, who was exiled in St. Vincent, where my family and my great grandfather was born, who moved to the States after they killed King Jaja in St. Vincent, even though they said he died in transit in Tenerife, which wasn't true. So now here I am from that fourth generation. And it's like you see here, Aaron is the fourth generation from Levi. This is fourth generation, right? So all of these people are about to be weeded out from the congregation of Israel, and you're not going to come here if you have these ideas. You're going to go and do what you want to do and enjoy it. It is your route. It is your path. I'm going to build with some real brothers that's really about the kingdom and understand order. Because had you had the instruction of the Most High, you would have built it for me. But instead, I'm here laying down the foundation and I'm building it for you.
Yes.
That's how it works. Don't come here with that let it suffice you that you helped us get out from wherever we were and started this. We got it from here mentality, because it won't stand. You're going to end up getting put out.
Right.
And all the money you put in will have been in vain. Because we took the money and we converted it to the community, and we all subject to the same law. One law and one judgment. That is all.
Right.
So if you come and you got an ulterior motive and agenda, you're only going to end up put out.
Yep. And no refunds.
There ain't no refund on what you get because we're putting the money into the land.
Right.
There is no, like the American dollar is getting ready to die. So if you don't convert it back into the land, you're going to be stuck until you can find some other resource to get over here.
And too, what you give is taking care of you. You who's the giver is to maintain the land, your housing, your food. So you're getting your portion from it, And I think a lot of times people don't think about that part. They just think, oh, they just live in the life of luxury. And no, what's being given is being given to take care of you. It's not taking care of you or me or anyone else. No, it's to make sure that you're okay. You're our first priority. Is that you're
taken care of. Okay? The establishment of a kingdom is first the acquisition, the acquiring, the possession of land, and the development of that land for people, by its people. That's kingdom. The king is amongst us. I'm not talking about other nations.
No.
I don't care how you do it, wherever you are. According to our law, the king is appointed by birth. He goes before you and says, here's what we're doing. Here's how we're going to do it. Those who listen and join him will have success. Everybody else, hasta la vista, c'est la vie. So that's just, opening remarks for today.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this and I'm being as straightforward as possible. If you have a problem with me and my instruction, my leadership, just don't come. It's, you know what I'm saying? This has to be said because it's an open invitation. And if you have a problem with that, don't. That's why this is titled Loyalty Infringes, because when you come, you will be asked for your loyalty before you put on them fringes. Because it comes together.
Yes.
The burden of the law, right, comes with loyalty. You know what I'm saying? The fringes is the burden of the law. It comes with loyalty. So we're going to start at verse 16. And Yah spake with Moses saying. So again, you notice Yah is always talking to Moses.
Right. He's only speaking to Moses.
He's talking to Moses. The instruction is for Moses, and Moses has to deliver it to where it needs to go through its proper channels. Understand, the instruction is given to Moses. It's not given to Aaron, the high priest. Aaron has an assignment to do within the administration. Okay? He has an assignment. Okay? If you wanted to understand kind of what it's like you have a prime minister and a foreign minister. All right? Something like this. Except for the foreign minister is the prime minister, and the prime minister is the foreign minister.
Yeah.
You say, what? I said, yeah. It's kind of the reverse. The prime minister, Moses, he is organizing the people. He is the head, and he deals with the foreign relations. Okay? How we govern ourselves internally and how we govern ourselves with other nations. Instead of the foreign minister doing the foreign nations. And the high priest is really just dealing with the congressional side, right? So he's like the House Speaker if you have a president. Like in the United States, you have the president and you have the Speaker of the House, and they're dealing with the congressional side. So they're making sure everything is being processed as it was mandated. They're making sure the laws are being followed through. People are giving accordingly, that they're collecting the taxes, right? So the high priesthood is like the Ministry of Taxation and Finances, your IRS. You see?
Yes.
The inspection board, the health administration. They're in all of these things. This is their primary areas that they function in. It's very administrative.
Right, they write the laws and
They rewrite them.
the law. Yeah,
They're not writing them.
No, I mean with their.
Yeah, they rewrite them.
Yeah.
And their continuation is with keeping the mandates in its traditional form and keeping that tradition, that custom, that form the same. They're to maintain the original understanding that there is no perversion.
Okay, quick question. With the priest, the high priest and the priesthood, are they teachers?
Yes,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
But they're only teaching, again, what they are specialized in, what they have been taught. One law, one judgment. The judgment is like this. They're maintaining the judgment as it is coming forward.
Okay.
And with the judgment has not come forward yet, then you have to seek counsel. It's not a priest to figure it out. They have to, this is what I mean. If you're dealing with, have you dealt with this situation before? If you have not dealt with this situation before, well, you'll need to contact the council, and we all have to sit down, deliberate over the law, and even conduct the rites and the rituals to hear from the Most High. This is why Moses said, in matters of life, you say, I have not heard. Because in all actuality and truth, matters only boil down to money and life or death at the end of the day. All judgments only boil down to these two things. Do you have to pay, or do you have to die? And the law continuously is sifting, sorting. This is a matter of money. It's not a matter of life and death. There is never a matter of money that becomes a life or death issue. I don't care how much money somebody owe you, you cannot
Take their life.
take their lives for money. It doesn't matter the amount. How money is allocated, how money is handled, how money is distributed is all delineated by our law. And so now we coming back to the reading, you'll see that the Most High is constantly talking to Moses.
Yes,
Is Aaron present? Yes. Is Joshua present? Yes. And now Caleb present.
Yes.
So is this a matter of the Most High ignoring them? No. You're here to be witnesses
To the conversation.
to the conversation and to help its enforcement, to aid and support Moses in fulfilling this instruction. It is not Moses' decision. Moses is following the instruction given to him. That is all. So we read that when you said Moses is the most bowed down in his mind.
Yes.
Meaning, as smart, tactical, brilliant, and experienced as Moses is following this instruction because he knows it is a fixed outcome. So now, Moses, speak with the sons of Israel and take of them several rods. It says severally a rod. So we're going to take of the sons of Israel, of all the princes, we're going to take their rods. According to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Upon each rod, thou shalt inscribe the tribe name. So when we go to the head of Judah, we're going to take his rod. He's going to write Judah on his staff. And we're going to go through all of them. Okay? But on the rod of Levi, thou shalt write the name of Aaron. For there is but one rod for each head of their fathers' houses. So now the head of the whole tribe of Levi is Aaron. You see that?
Yes.
So when you say, talk to the sons of Aaron, okay, you're talking to the whole tribe of Levi. Okay?
Yes.
Even though the fathers' houses are divided, there is one head. One. So when you're talking to the sons of Israel, including Levi, There is one head. That head is Moses. You see?
Yes.
The head is Moses. So the Most High, when he wants to speak to a specific tribe for them to complete a specific assignment or any combinations of such, he speaks to the head of that tribe. And that tribal leader then does the instruction.
Pretty much what you're doing.
Same thing, nothing changes. Tribe of Levi, and thou shalt write the name of Aaron. So Levi don't even get a Levi stick.
Dick.
It's the it's likened unto this the tribe of Aaron. So the sons of Aaron, Beni Aharon. You see this?
Yes, sir, I do.
And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle before the testimony, where my word is appointed to meet you. And the man whose rod germinateth shall be he whom I approve to minister before me, and I will make the murmuring of the sons of Israel, with which you have murmured against, with which they have murmured against you, to cease from me.
This is still going back to the whole Korah.
This is going back to all the murmuring. So you murmured about Korah, you murmured about the land with Caleb and Joshua, you murmured about
Everything.
everything. And this is still
An issue.
in the first year. So this is before Aaron and his sons and the rest of the Levites are even going up to be appointed. So I'm showing you the history and placing this in its proper timeline in history. So they're dealing with this in the first year they're coming out. And every time they're dealing with this, the Most High is saying to Moses, Moses, get away from these people. Let me kill them in the eyes of the nation, and I'll start with you. I will appoint another people to you.
So at the end of the day, y'all don't want everybody.
Ah,
And you're not as secure as you think you are just because you Israel.
exactly.
That don't mean nothing.
So now we're looking at this, and Moses spake. So the Most High wants their murmurings about Moses to stop, because he don't want to hear it. Because you're not murmuring against Moses, you're murmuring against the Most High. It's his book, his instruction, and the understanding he gave Moses. So anything you say about Moses,
You saying against.
you're saying to the Most High. You're saying it against the Most High. You know, it's like you go to the governor's office and you don't like what the mayor is doing in your town. So you go speaking dirt bad about the mayor. And when the governor hears what you're saying, the governor turns against you because he told the mayor to do it that way because there's a bigger plan in the future and this needs to lay down the foundation of it. All right. And Moses spake therefore with the sons of Israel, and the chiefs of them gave him their rods, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods, and Aaron's rod was among theirs. Now Aaron's rod is the only rod with his name on it. And Moshe laid up the rods before Yah in the tabernacle of ordinance, and it came to pass The day after, so the next day, when Moses went into the tabernacle of the testimony. We'll be right back.
Want to change the battery? Yes, the dwindling down more and more and more.
So now, I want y'all to understand. Now you can see how Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers is layered all on top, right? We haven't even gone out into the 40 years yet. We dealing with these sub-issues of building a kingdom to weed out the issues of the people not being subdued yet. They said subdued, yes, meaning that you haven't yet been organized. You coming out, you're like wild beast. Everybody got their own idea. Everybody wants to be, and they're clawing. It's a power grab, and that's not the way it's going to work. Everybody trying to do what they want to do, say what they want to say. They used to living in the West. So they laid these sticks, and on the next day, when Moses went into the tabernacle, so Moses goes into the tabernacle. See? Of testimony that, behold, the rod of Aaron had germinated. It had shooted forth branches and blossomed with flowers, and in the same night produced ripe almonds. It says ripened.
Yes.
Ripe almonds. So the almonds is here, ready to eat.
So his rod was made out of
Almond wood.
almond wood.
And Moses brought out all the rods before Yahweh to the sons of Israel, who recognized and took several of their rods. So watch this. So they took their rods back, right? But it keeps saying severally. So anybody who wanted to put their rod in of the chiefs of the people, they could. You just had to put Judah on it, so that you could you would recognize your rod. Maybe the Most High choose you. It's an open lottery. Not chosen.
So pretty much all their rods looked alike.
No, everybody had their own rod.
Yeah,
It's unique.
Oh.
And you just had to put your tribe on it to see if the Most High would choose you or from your tribe or what was what. And you could tell who was what and what was what from this. Why is this story so important? Because people don't know who they are right now. And when the Most High wants to pick Levites, we have a ritual.
We know how it should be done.
How it should be done and at what time. So you can stick your rod in at the time and say, hey, how do I know? How do we know that so-and-so is a Levite? We've been scattered. We've been this. We've been that. Just put your rod in. Put your rod in. The rod that germinateth, we will know who's Levi. At this time, it's only for Aaron, but we'll know who's Levite, who's serving among the sons of Levi. And we will see. There is a ritual here for separating Levites from among the children of Israel once the tabernacle is established. Now, you'll notice the sanctuary and the tabernacle, two different things.
Yes.
So they took their rods back. So you had several rods of Judah, Manasseh, Ephraim, Benjamin. Aaron had one rod alone. And Yah said to Moses, take back the rod of Aharon before the testimony to be kept for a sign for the rebellious children. Now you see why he called them sons? Because in the Most High's eyes, I give an instruction, I give it to a man, he accepts it. If you rebel against it, you're nothing but a rebellious child.
Right, because Yahya's the father, Musa's as his wife.
Well, again, the people are the children.
So you still see that order.
You see the same type of order. My daddy said this. Even if you look at it and you say the land is the Most High's wife.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the firstborn son, and here's the instruction.
Yeah.
Or this is the chosen son, and here's the instruction.
Yeah.
What? Daddy said, do it this way. If you see punishment coming out because you're not following the instruction, that's your own fault.
Right.
Because you didn't accept the instruction from whence it came. So this is to be kept for a sign for the rebellious children, that their murmurings may cease from before me, lest they die. Now, the Most High had already killed the rebels in this time. So who is the Most High talking about today? Because the Aaron's rod that budded was placed in the ark of the covenant.
So it's to be a reminder to us.
It's a reminder to you. One day, the ark will be returned and opened, but it's not going to be a memorial.
And so
the things kept inside the ark will be taken out. Arks transition the contents from one period to another period. Okay? Case in point, the ark of Noah went from the time of the Nephilim's reign upon the whole of the earth. Right? The children of Cain, and it transitioned into the time of the reign of men upon the earth. It transitioned. So Noah, his family, and Og was even upon the ark. Og the giant. And they survived the flood, which is the transition point into the next phase of the earth's development. So now Og is small, and now Noah and his sons have the head start. They have the wives, they have the numbers, the sons, they are ahead of the game. All right?
Yes, sir.
So arcs transport to one time to another. So now, what are we looking at? So the ark of the covenant of the law is placed in the ark. That ark is the transition from one time, which is the time of Moses, until now. So now that I'm reading it to you and I'm able to place the times, the details, and the understanding of the covenant to get us out of the control of the West, Mitzrayim, yet again. The ark has survived, right?
Yeah.
So Moses is carrying around what? The tablets, the tables of the covenant. Aaron has a staff, but these things are placed, they were placed in the ark for assigned to the rebellious children about their murmurings against the word of the Most High, the understanding. So a lot of people think they're talking against me. You're not. You have never spoken against me at any given time. Because for the last 8 years, I have only sought the path of the instruction written in these books. The books that were given to me at the foot of Mount Zion. This law, this covenant, and this understanding comes from there. It is from the Most High. And the Most High gave me a teacher, and the teacher taught me every instruction for every situation. My teacher gave me the instruction of how to do things according to the covenantal traditions. All of the children of Israel that had a problem with what I have to say, all of them have suffered. All of them. Because of the murmurings. Not the murmurings to my face, it's what they say behind my back. Because I don't talk to them. I'm just telling you what the Most High says. And if you don't accept what I'm reading to you, you suffer your own consequences. You suffer from your own lack of loyalty. Loyalty infringes. You all claim that you serve the Most High and that you do what He says. The proof now is if you do what He says, we'll be together, we'll work on this, and we'll establish the order according to how it's written. Literally, I will give you each and every instruction, the customs and the traditions, exactly. But we will do it the way I say. None of your bright ideas. Here. You can do your bright ideas everywhere else in the world, but you can't do it here. Okay? So if you want to go to Kenya or South Africa or Congo or Tanzania, because you got this bright idea, you can do that. That is beautiful. Knock yourself out. Get as much success as you can. But you won't be able to do it here. The price for doing your idea, if you are of the children of Israel, I promise you, you will see death. The murmurings may cease from before me, lest they die. Not all of you will see death. There will be survivors. There will be a remnant, but this is the remnant that the Most High is talking about. The ones that get with the program. And Moses did so. As Yah commanded, so did he. And the sons of Israel spake with Moses, saying, Behold, some of us have been consumed with the flaming fire. Some of us have been swallowed up by the earth and have perished. Behold, we are accounted as if all of us are to be destroyed. Anyone who approaches the tabernacle must die. Are we not doomed to destruction? So this is a valid point. Listen, listen, people getting swallowed up by the earth with earthquakes. People have been burnt by the fire. Right? Now the people they talk, this is actually true. This is what happened.
Right.
Right? All these people died. The plagues came and people died. Are we not all just doomed to destruction anyway? So this is valid. They're not considering their ways and what they're doing,
They just concerned about dying.
but they notice the end result of everything that they do is death. So they feel like they trapped because they can't do what they want to do.
No freedom.
Well, then you never had freedom. You came out of Egypt. You was a slave in Egypt. Now you come under the Most High. You're going to serve here, but it's going to benefit you.
Right.
So let's see what the answer is to this question. Are we not doomed to destruction? Are we not doomed to death? We keep suffering and dying anyway. And Yah said unto Aaron, now the Most High
Speaking to
is
Aaron.
talking to Aaron, because the people dying. Thou and thy sons and the house of thy fathers with thee shall bear the iniquity of the consecrated things. So now to Aaron and his sons and the house of the fathers, all the sons of Levi under Aaron's command, will bear the sin, because it is a sin to approach into the tabernacle. But they're permitted to bear it by what? By command, by instruction. So the Most High doesn't see it as a sin because he instructed them to do so. So the Most High justified their actions by instruction. Not justified because you want it to be, just by instruction.
Well, that would make sense, because isn't Aaron the one responsible for the atonement of the people?
Again.
It only makes sense that it would be him.
So guess what? So now, while he's performing the atonement for the people, he is also atoning for himself.
Wow.
So let's take a look. So now Aaron has done the golden calf thing. You have that issue.
Yeah.
You have the issue of now Korach.
Yeah.
You have the issue of the group that died with the flaming fire that backed up Korach, right? So you have all these issues, and Aaron didn't die in the golden calf issue. He was wrong, right? And he was under duress, so he had no choice but to walk out a certain path. But because he had no choice, it didn't make him innocent. He was still guilty. So now the Most High places upon him the burden of atonement. Your sons, now 2 of his sons also died. He had to stomach that.
Right.
Right? Shall bear the iniquity of the consecrated things. When he's talking to Aaron, when you, Aaron, have not been heedful in offering them, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. When you have not been heedful of their separations, and thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, who are called by the name of Amram, thy father, shalt thou bring near to thee, that they may consociate with and minister to thee, thou and thy sons with thee. Only shall stand before the tabernacle of the testimony. So now the Most High is breaking down the order. Listen, Aaron, you were the one that's not heedful. You didn't heed the instruction. You were not heedful in offering them. You were not heedful. Now with you and your sons, you will bear the iniquity of your priesthood, when you have not been heedful of their separations. What are they separating? What are the Levites separating? They're separating the clean from the unclean, the common from the holy. It's always separation. They're separating the instruction of the Most High, the ideas of the people. Separated. No. This your idea. This not the idea of the Most High. There's a separation. And if you notice, it says who are called by the name of Amram. So you have the Amrami. They're not just Levites. So you have a race, a tribal family. This the Amrami. They stand before the tabernacle. I don't want to see no more of this gang stuff. You just formulate your people who you think is cool and they're going to stand here in front of the tabernacle. No, only the Amrami can gather up here with the incense and censers and do certain things around the tabernacle. This is for them. He already appointed it because you read it in the book of Alawi. Alawiqua, something like that. But it's Alawi. Okay? It's not Vaikra. Waikra. Aulawikra. It's that. Okay, Aulawikra. Yeah, something like it's difficult to say, but we'll get there. One step. And they shall keep thy charge and have charge of all the tabernacle. Yet to the vessels of the tabernacle and to the altar they are not to come near, lest both they and you die. So now, after Aaron has made these mistakes, under duress, having no other choice or option, now the Most High is putting Aaron under the smoke. What's the smoke? You was wrong in all of this. You was guilty. You weren't heedful. You're going to follow my instructions and do exactly I tell you and have these people in this order, lest you and the people die. This is the smoke that the Most High is offering the children of Israel. I did all of this for you to bring you out. I don't work for you. You're going to do what I say my way. And I put in charge who I want. And the person in charge will do what I say do, how I say do it. Or else that person and the people die. So Moses already understood this. But we'll get to that when we get back. All right, we're back. So Moses already understood this, right? You say, how does Moses understand this? Because Moses survived a number of life and death scenarios, and he always is just following the path. So when he decided to fight for his people in Egypt and defend them and kill the man, the people, this was right to do so. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. He's defending his people. If you take one of ours, we're going to take one of yours. These people turn against Moses as if Moses is doing something wrong. No, Moses was right. This was lawful. When Moses goes down to Ethiopia, down into the kingdom of Cush, and he is exercising judgment, they turn against him. Why? He's following customs and traditions that he learned from his family. It's not the customs and traditions of the people in the area. He flees from them. He's placed in the prison, even under Jethro's father, Reuel. So now it's Moses' kindness that saves his life when Zipporah is feeding him. And then he goes and works for Zipporah's hand in marriage, being a shepherd for 7 years. He worked for it. He earned it. You see? So now you get this wife and you're learning the customs and the traditions of your father's house, Abraham. By the time he gets back, finally, after 40 years, to the children of Israel, he's a changed man in mind. He understands the customs, the laws, and then he goes back and he begins to reread the books from Abraham, and then he sees a pattern. And he starts to follow that pattern. He keeps the customs and the traditions, which he learned with Jethro, but now he have the law books that Abraham gave him from Enoch, and that Abraham wrote himself, and he has an understanding. He understands, I have to follow this instruction because Abraham knew they were going into Egypt and how to get out and how to set up the family structure in order after this situation. So we're here at this point. So Aaron has to set these people up and do it under the Most High's instruction, lest he die and the people that are with him die, which is a reflection of what you've seen with Korach, the 250 men. When the people come and now they want to rise up against Moses and approach into the tabernacle, or approach unto Aaron and Moses to try to kill them or overthrow them or do any of this ridiculousness. Now they see Moses like, yo, I'm for the smoke. I put them there. Don't believe for a second I can't protect them or that I won't kill you for your thoughts against them. Well, let's see how it goes now. Let's see. And they shall keep the charge and have the charge of all the tabernacle, yet to the vessels of the sanctuary and to the altar they are not to come near, lest both they and you die. And they shall have appointment from thee without. So now you're starting to see the Most High, if you are one of these Bible scholars, when they say the sons of Zadok, right? Or Yahuzadok, where it says, only they will minister in my temple, but the other Levites, they will minister around the temple to the people. The Most High didn't change nothing. The sons of Zadok is the Amrami. They were sons of Amram to begin with. And the rest of the Levites from this point, it's the same thing. And keep the charge of the tabernacle of ordinance for all its service, and the strangers shall not come near you. You can't, no. You can't do what you want, how you want, when you want, why you want. And you shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and of the altar, that there may be no more wrath that has been upon the children of Israel. You see that?
Yeah.
You see this line? Chapter 18, verse 5. Right? And you shall keep the charge of the sanctuary. So now we're talking about the whole congregation of the people. When you're keeping the charge of the sanctuary, you are now here to maintain order, to help in the maintaining of the order of the instruction. People, no. Don't approach. If this man have a problem, we take a note, we have a discussion, whatever the judgment is, it is, and that's it. We here to maintain order, keeping the charge of the sanctuary and of the altar. So the same order you see inside the tabernacle and keeping things in order is the same job you have in the sanctuary and keeping things in order. The sanctuary and the altar is one and the same. The people can't approach to the altar, but you are out making sure things are remaining clean, everything is in order. You've taken the burden of the altar and it's out to the people. You're doing this out to the people, not what people think. I know what you're thinking. Everybody come to the door of the tabernacle. No, I told you, you can't do it. You'll die. Moses can approach the tabernacle. Why? He is the king of the children of Israel. He represents them all. The princes, they are at the border on the outskirts of the Levite camp. They can come and Moses will meet them at the border with the Levites. The Levites are to support everything that Moses is saying. The Levites is not a puppet hand in politics. No, Moses got his instruction. Whatever Moses say, the Levites are, hey, Moses said this, we are with this. If you make a bad judgment, it will fall on you. We here to try to stem and stay the hand of the Most High's judgment from the people, because these people are guilty, as are we, because we have not been heedful.
Right.
So if the people die, we die. If the people prosper, we prosper.
You go on verse 6 now.
And behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the sons of Israel. To you they are given, a gift before Yah, to perform the work of the tabernacle of ordinance. So to keep order. You see? So all the Levites belong to Aaron. This is a gift. Matana, this is my gift to you. You the head of this, and maintain this order. Exactly what I say, nothing added, nothing taken away, exact order. No freelancing, nothing to think about. If you don't understand, seek counsel, and I will give you a deeper understanding in time through process. But thou and thy sons with thee shall keep the charge of the priesthood in all things that pertain to the altar. So the altar is the priesthood. However, they are also maintaining the altar throughout the entirety of the sanctuary of the people. Everybody have to be keeping this law as ordered through the ordinances, through the mandates. You see? So there's order here. And those within the veil shall minister by lots according to the service. So there is a ordering of lots so that this way, which priest is on duty and off duty, from those that can participate in the priesthood, there is a lottery. Not even an election, a lottery. Okay? What you get is what you get, and that's when you serve. And when it's done, it is done, and you're free to do what you're supposed to be doing among the rest of the priests. So provision of food I have given you on account of the anointing of your priesthood, and the stranger who cometh near shall die. So the stranger is not permitted to approach the priest of the tabernacle. The other priests who are not appointed to the tabernacle have the job of policing the people. Along with who? Along with the other members of the tribe, according to the mandates. However, that tribe still has the right of judgment over their people. The priesthood doesn't tell them what to do. It is always saying, lawfully, this is not right, or this is lawful, this is correct. And he must back it up with the book of instruction. But a priest cannot teach a process he has not walked through to the end. He cannot teach a process he has not seen.
So let me ask you, okay. So when it says that the stranger who cometh near shall die, okay, is that when the priest is in the tabernacle, or say he's walking in the street, or
He's walking in the street, the stranger is not
to approach him?
to approach him or bother him. So the same way you feel, black people feel about police, you're supposed to feel like that about priests. Leave them alone. As strangers. Brethren, you can go to the priest, you may have a question. If the priest don't have the direct answer or is unsure, he brings it in for counsel. You gather the sages. You have to have honest deliberation. There is a council over these issues and matters. All right, but the stranger, now you don't just approach the priest. The stranger can approach any person of Israel, and a person of Israel can deal with them. The person of Israel deals with the strangers, any regular person, any tribal member. However, the children of Israel, the priest is for them and their service. So a person of Israel has to know the customs, the culture, and the traditions to teach the stranger. You can do the sacrifice with the stranger by tradition. However, the rites and rituals that are done for the children of Israel must be done by the priesthood.
Good.
There is a separation. Everybody else, sons of Israel, priesthood. King of Israel, high priest. There is separations.
Mm.
And Yah said to Aaron, and I have been pleased to give you the charge of my separated offerings. The cakes of the first fruit, cakes of the first fruit. So your first fruit offering, there's a festival with cakes and sweets and delicacies and cakes of the first fruit and all the consecrated things of the children of Israel. All the consecrated things of the children of Israel. To thee I have given them on account of the anointing, and to thy sons by everlasting statute.
Mhm.
So if the children of Israel don't have nothing, the priests don't have nothing. If the children of Israel are dying, the priests
It's
are
dying.
dying. If the children of Israel are lost, the priests
is lost.
are lost. No people, no priests, no priesthood. The whole point of the priesthood is to prune by separating what is right and what is wrong and keeping people in the way. But if you have no people, you will have no priest. So when the people regather, then the priesthood gets reestablished secondary because the people have to provide for the priesthood. To have a clear understanding, right? The priesthood is the police, right? They are the moral police, just like they have in any place, right? In any country, you have a police. We have them. They're the priesthood, right?
Mm.
Can other members of the tribe also police? Yes, you're supposed to. That's what the entire military/police force is doing, making sure everybody's within the rules. However, the priesthood is looking more at the people and not at the outside. They're making sure the inside, the sanctuary, hey, man, your people over here doing this. No, that's not allowed. And they will correct you. This is what it is. You looking to make sure the people themselves is straight.
So the priesthood servitude is to the people.
It's to the people, making sure the people remain in the lawful state. But the priesthood cannot teach until he's had the experience.
Mhm.
So you don't know what the lawful judgment is, you have to get it first. If you don't know what the lawful process is, you will have to experience it first. So understanding that when there is a problem or when there's an issue, this is the burden of the priesthood. This is why he bears the iniquity of the people, because whenever the people make a mistake, it's on the priesthood as well. They were equally guilty because they didn't stop it. They didn't intervene.
Mm.
They didn't give counsel. And so it's not like we have a physical altercation. It's just, well, listen, this is not right. That's not the way this is done. That's what the Most High is talking about. You have to give counsel peacefully. No, not like this. Come, we take this into the court this way. And you can bear witness. Okay? They shall be to thee most sacred. So everything that the priests get is considered most sacred. Whatsoever remaineth of the sheep offered by fire, all their oblations, all their minches, of all their sin offerings, and of all their trespass offerings, which they present before me, they are most sacred for thee and thy son. Thou mayest eat it in the sanctuary. Every male may eat thereof. On account of the holy anointing, it shall be thine. So again, the people's offering is taxes, right? And this is how you fund the government and the governing body to keep and maintain peace and order, and also defense of the people. So the holy anointing is the appointment that the Most High is saying that you receive for your service, being from this family line, and is passed down from generation to generation. And this is what I have set apart to thee of their separated minchas, of all the uplifted things of the sons of Israel. To thee have I given them, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by an everlasting statute. Whoever is clean in thy house may eat of it. All the best of the olive oil, of the grape wine, and of the wheat, of their first fruit, which they present before Yah, I have given unto thee. The first of all the fruit trees of their ground, which they present. So, first fruit from the trees which they present, right? So, when you plant the tree, you cannot present the fruit until the fourth year. Everything that tree that was planted after the fourth year is given. Everything of that first year, which is the fourth year, that tree brings forth fruit, is belong to the priesthood. After that, it's by 10th. Okay? The first fruit of all the trees of the ground which they present before Yah shall be thine. Everyone who is clean in thy house may eat them. Every devoted thing in Israel shall be thine, whatever openeth the womb of all flesh among animals, which they offer before Yah. As the regulation concerning men, so the regulation concerning cattle, it is to be thine. Only thou art to redeem the firstborn of man by the 5 shekels. And the firstlings of the unclean animal thou shalt redeem with lambs. So instead of a donkey, you give a lamb. Okay? So the man that have a donkey that's the firstborn, he give a lamb. If he don't have a lamb, then he have to give the donkey to the priest. And then the priest can use the donkey. All right? Firstborn sons, in exchange,
5 shekels.
5 shekels. Silver. Okay? And the redemption of a man child of a month old shall make according to thy estimation of him by 5 shekels of silver in the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 meas. Okay? So 5 shekels. So we said a shekel is 5 grams. So it's 25 grams of silver. All right. So we're going to continue with the list of the separations and the redemption in Numbers chapter 18, verse 17, tomorrow. As you can see, I'm trying to stay on subject instead of by chapter so that we can have some resolution to some of the things that are being taught. All right. Now remember, you're just hearing the law. You now that you've heard it, now that it's being pronounced, you also have to do it of the children of Israel. And if you want to actually participate in the doing, you're going to have to return. In returning, you're going to have to accept the order. All right?
Yes.
So, one step at a time, one day at a time. I'll see you all tomorrow.